what I planned to do was to bring depth and levels to the industry and to up and coming artists to get first studio was in my bedroom on the floor. I ain't gonna lie, we started from the
humble
ground,
beginnings.
The money's just too much money here for the beef. Beef costs money, and I just tell man straight, like, if you ain't got 10 grand, please don't beef nobody. Two artists stand out when I'm in the studio with them. For me personally, one would be LD 67.
Wow. We're live, yes. We've got Speakworld in the building for the creative insight. How you going, bro?
Yeah, bro. It's good.
Yes, man. Good to have you in the building, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, man.
It's been a long time coming. So we've got a lot to get into, a lot to unpack. We got your story to tell. We got some technical insights, some mindset insights, everything to get into, man. So gear up, sign up, subscribe, like, comment. It's gonna be an epic episode. So let's do it. So yeah, man. I think with this one, we'll just start at the beginning, how I start most of my interviews. How did you get the name Speakworld?
Speakworld is the name of two halves still, but it becomes one. It's two sides of life. So, you know, speak as a young kid growing up, I say things and it happens. It's like a premonitious kind of voice. Whenever I was growing up around the Jamaicans and stuff like that, they always used to say speak, call me speaky or speak, because when I said things, it always used to happen. I used to give them little warnings and then they used to say, yo, is you said it, you, and that's how that went. And then when I was a bit older, cutting it short, I was on the roads doing certain little things, and some of the bigger guys in the streets were like, no. And I think one time, one of the bigger guys took away all my work. You get me? All my food, as you lot would call it, on the streets. And he was like, nah, I heard your music, I heard your talent, I heard everything you've got. Like, I'm not giving you back this work, bro. Like, he said, like, yeah, let me see what you got, because I was hyping with him, like, yeah, I got this, I got that, I'm on this and that. And he was like, yeah, let me see it, come around here, let me see it. And then he must have turned around and was like, oh, I'm keeping it, innit? Like, what are you gonna do, innit? Like, and I was like, what are you talking about? Man needs to do man thing. He said, nah, bro, listen, like, you got talent. Like, I heard your tapes, I heard your music, I heard what you do, and that. And like, you don't need to be out there. Some of us, this is what we do, innit? Like, this is our thing. But you've got opportunity. You got something you can do. Like, so go do it. So he said, if you're gonna fight, man, you just fight, man, innit? Like, or whatever. But I'm not gonna give it back to you. So it's on you. And then he said one line to me. He just said, in your world, lots of people's dreams come true with what you do. Like, because you be the creative person that people go to with the idea, and you make it happen for them. So whether they got a song, you turn it into a record. Whether you mix their thing, you make a beat. So it was like, in your world, everyone's dreams come true. Why would you? You know what I mean? Definitely. I think advancing from that point, there was a time when I was on an business enterprise type of thing when I was growing up, and they were like, you need to name yourself and name the business to set it up to go forward. And it just so happened that those two things were kind of so predominant to my life. Like, so everyone was calling me Speak, and it was what he said. It was like, you're a world, you're a world, because people just come to you and you make.
It's like people are orbiting around.
Yeah. So it's like a game of two sides: the young me and the big me as one. So it's Speakworld. Nice. So it's a moment. To get me.
Nice. And with Speakworld, what is it that the production of Speakworld does? Is it music, engineering, mix and mastering, producing?
Yeah. So it's all above, but the main idea was when I created, should I say, it was high quality at an affordable price. So the idea was to get the very best of everything in the hands of up and coming normal people. Because, like, the consumer level of today, they just say, get Logic, get a mic, and you're the guy. But if you really know music, from how much we know music, that's not the beginning and the end. So what I planned to do was to bring depth and levels to the industry, and to up and coming artists to get their chance to have, like, what's the word, high quality. Like, you lot are using 4K cameras back there. Well, we was 4K in sound long before people was, you know what I mean? We was, you know what I mean, putting that together. So it was that that was really the ethos on the business side of things, just trying to give people that, and then moving forward, just joining people, like I said, joining like
linking, making
people off the streets,
yeah.
like, because when we was coming up, no one gave us opportunity. Everyone was like, move, let them man there. So when I got opportunities,
why do you think people were trying to hold back opportunities from you? Was it?
I just felt like the olders, they weren't like, you know, I have a social media area thing, you know, where they could see things progressing, you know what I mean? Like back then, if you told man you wanted to sell records, they don't even know how you're gonna get into the record shop. They won't even know. Like they'll be like, that's long. Like we've got to go. We've basically got to drive to every shop. We've got to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas
like
nowadays, you know what I mean? We got so much platforms and that. Like, I can see young people with talent and say, yo, come. Come, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like, and just bridge that gap between, obviously not for free like that, but it's still affordable and it's of a level where people can take it seriously.
Definitely, 100%. And what inspired you to start doing music and go down that road?
From music, we started with sound system. You know, we used to play the sound system when we was young. You get me? Me and my brothers and my brethrens, them, you know what I mean, school times and that, we used to play the sound. That's why I said my man used to say, I heard your music and I heard your tapes and that, and like we used to make little mixtapes and stuff like that. And then obviously as the sound got big, we used to be everywhere, DJ at a house party, you know, anywhere. But then come up to a little point where everyone was on their little bad boy vibes, like I was on my little street hustler vibe, man them was on, and the man them went jail and things like that. So then it was like I was in a situation where like I got a ton of records, speakers, sound and everything, but me one can't carry this. You get me? I can't carry this alone. I need a team. And like everyone's like got into their life situations. And I was like, raw, what am I gonna do? And I think one time one of my good brethren from early called me and he said, yo, go in studio. Like, and I thought, what are you talking about? Da. And he said, yeah, come man, just come with us, innit? Like, you know what I mean? You ain't doing nothing. You might as well come with us, woman. And we went to our little, like he had one guy who had a little setup in his house kind of thing, but it was a good setup. It weren't like a toy. It was like he didn't even want us. He didn't want us in there. He really was like letting us in there because he thought, right, these are won't keep them out of trouble kind of thing. Yeah, so he was letting us on that level. And then when I saw my friend like started tapping the keys and that, I thought, oh, these are the sounds man's hearing in the records. Do you know what I mean? Like I was thinking like, oh, these are the sounds. And I think there was something in me that clicked and said, nah. And I said to my brethren, see, from today, we ain't playing no more records. We're doing this.
You actually, from
that session, that I was like,
making
what? Like, what? This is the stuff. I remember, in your DJ, you have the ear thing on your ear, and you're queuing songs up. And you have to listen to certain bits for the drops. So you get used to hearing certain instruments and that, So when we was in the studio and he was tapping, I was just like sitting there thinking, raw. Yeah,
this is for you. Like this is the path you need to follow.
Like raw. This is it. Like man, it's like a level up. Like we're not playing music no more. We're creating.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that went. Still.
Nice. And then from creating music, so you was in the studio, and then from there, now how did you get into making your own studio? Like where was your own first studio?
First studio was in my bedroom on the floor. I ain't gonna lie. We started from the
humble
beginnings.
The
ground. You know, you got that keyboard and you was happy, but there's nowhere to put it. But we'll play it on the floor because
by
guess
any
what?
means.
We're just happy to have it. You get me? Like, and it was them times that it was like 3 man on a keyboard at once. One man be playing the top bit. One man's playing the middle. Mad. One man's playing the top bit, and we're just jamming. Me and my brothers. I mean, you get me? Like, and that would keep us happy for days. Like just going at it.
And obviously, it kept you off the streets and into a productive and positive.
And then we've always been like really, really on it. Like so, it's like I'm one of them people say Speaker's not a part-time musician. He don't part-time this. He's everyday kind of person. So since them times there till now, it's every day.
Every day. It's just consistent.
It's part of air we breathe. You know what I mean?
Like, it's more than just a job. It's a lifestyle. It's like a way of life.
We make that music, and we're around music, and we're creating music, we're editing music, we're mastering music. Everything is consistent.
Nice. And how did you? So you had your own studio in your bedroom.
Yeah.
You started off with the keyboard.
Just a keyboard. And then I just like, like, funny enough, I spent my dinner money on these things. You know what I mean? Like, on getting a one thing here
So
and
you
a
built
one
up
thing,
your
and I built it.
piece
And my
by
mom used to
piece.
say, "You can't eat the equipment, you know, you can't eat it." And I just be like, boy,
Yeah.
like, I was in. Do you know what I mean? I found
was all in,
something
yeah,
that
yeah.
was such a thrive for me. Like,
Yeah.
the way man felt when I was doing it. I just thought, nah. And I just thought, right, then I needed a computer, then I needed this, and I needed Cubase, and I needed...
You need all these software.
And then you just have to
equipment.
keep going, like,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know what I mean? Like, keep going, and then eventually you'll just meet like-minded people, and then my bridges then was in their music, and then we started end up in like little shows.
Right.
And we started working. People started wanting us to play for them. And we just hustle and go, hustle and go. You know what I mean? Keep it moving, like, and just made something of it. Do you know what I mean? And then eventually bought the computer. Then eventually bought the stand to put to take the keyboard off the floor. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it wasn't overnight.
No one gave us no grant. There was no grant. There was no award. Nothing. There was no funding. This is just determination, just heart.
Wow. And what kept you going? Like, what was your mindset throughout that time? Like, when there wasn't such opportunities like grants available, how did you think, nah, I need to keep going? Like, what was pushing you forward?
You know what it is? For me, I don't know, it's like things people say, but the poverty, like, we didn't have everything. You know what I mean? My mom, she got 6 kids, so obviously it's not you can have £200 night lifestyle. Do you get me? It's not gonna be that. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, my dad's in and out of our life kind of vibe. So I'm the man, innit? I'm basically
the oldest brother.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. So
wow,
obviously I'm the man,
That's a lot
innit?
of
I'm the
weight
man
on
of the yard kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I've got to go. I've got to get it. You know what I mean? Because my young brothers is coming up, and it's like, so I had to just like whatever was on. You know what I mean? We was on it. Do you know what I mean? Like not negativity. I'm talking just like something positive.
It was just grinding.
Like, it was that
focused.
deep that one of my friends, and we did it for about a good 2-3 years. He just popped up one day, Yardy black brother, named Clive, and he had an ice cream van, and he used to go Wembley, and he was like, speak, come, just come, man, just come, like, come make some money, what you doing? You're just doing nothing in the house. I know you're making music, but you need money, so I needed someone to help me. You need the money, so why not? And I was thinking, bro, I can't be on no ice cream van, popping ice cream and them thing there, £1 and them thing there. It's in, but remember, we're not in our ends.
It's true.
We're not in our ends. Like, no one knows you.
Nobody knows
like, so why don't you do it? Like, and I was just, and then eventually I was like, it's in, just do it, just try it, innit? Like, I tried it, come home, 450 like a day kind of thing. Just me. So I'm thinking, we was out there from morning 7 till like 9 at night. Do you know what I mean? Bang, bang, lines of queues are long, we're banging out. So when I'm saying to myself, my man gave me 450.
So how much does he get?
So I'm saying, but you know what it was? He gave it to me without feeling no type of weight. Like, you know when man give you your bit, it's like, that's the bit they're happy with giving you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I was like, but he don't know that this is it.
Yeah.
A day.
Wow.
A day, my brother. Yeah? So we're talking a day.
Damn.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so we're up. You get me? Like, I'm up. I'm like,
at what age was this? Like, was you a teenager?
I was like 13, 14.
Wow.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
And with that money, was you investing?
And I was just going. Yeah, we was just
good,
shopping. Like, I was obviously just buying fly clothes and that for the gallon and that. You know, I was doing my thing. You know, I was doing my thing. But at the same time, I was dedicated on having like a mindset to get this, get that, get this, get that. So that's why I've got certain pieces of equipment that I won't let go of because I had them from
when you first started.
Well, I remember the grind. Do you know what I mean? I remember the grind for them. Yeah. So for me, it would be like, these can't go. No matter how much dated
it's like
people.
Sentimental
yeah,
well,
like they have to stay because it's a different time now. But back then, it was like, we got it. Like, I would see certain things in the magazines and I'll be like, right, so we got to do what? 3, 4, 5 days and then we'll have it.
And then, exactly.
A week.
Yeah,
and then I'd see it and then I'll be like, yes.
You get it.
And man then would be looking like, you got it.
That must be inspirational for the people around you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's my type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I see it, I want it, I'll put the work in, I'll get it. That's me.
That's it. Good. And then, so cool. You had your studio, you was building up equipment. When would you say it became like Speakworld became a professional setup, like professional brand where artists come in and.
See, most people would say Speaks' thing's always been strong from the jump, but you know, like obviously it was in the house at one point. Like I said, obviously you got my thing, and then you had like Hill Production, which is the younger brothers and that doing their thing.
Khan's Hill.
Yeah. So we're in the same house, so you have to
Khan's
understand.
Hill's your brother.
Yeah, that's my bro and Loco and them. So obviously there was two entities running side by side.
Wow, how was that?
I mean, it was good until it was. Yeah,
I mean,
like.
So was there clashes of different sounds going off? And
it was. They was upstairs, I was downstairs. So as soon as you come through the door, my thing's booming, you know. Right? And then their dons was going upstairs to that bit. And like, man, them can verify this. Like it was like that. It was
like, crazy. Yeah.
It was bass two sides coming from balls, boom, boom, boom. But at the same time, it was like. That was the crest of what we do. Do you know what I mean? The hub of our creative energy. Do you know what I mean? It was that environment. So, you know, people knew the risks of being in that situation.
And what sort of music was you recording at the time? Was it like hip hop,
R&B? It was
R&B,
hip hop, R&B. It was reggae. It was everything. Like I said, people knew. They knew the situation. They knew what they were up against, but they were coming for it. It was like we were selling
going
cakes.
More in depth, like they knew what they were up against. So
they were up against because, like, as I said, you know, like, how can I put it in simple terms? Like, in that, just like an example thing. Like, you would have like Khans would have like Blade, Tef.
Yeah.
You know, this is before 6-7 kind of rolls up and all that. But I'm saying like there was that Blade type of crowd, crowd, and then down there I might have Devious. I might have something, you know what I mean? So it's
like kind of opposing sides, but
there was a lot of guys, you get me, like coming through, like, and it was like, boy, you get me, like.
How did you navigate around those sort of politics? 'Cause that's in your home. I
just feel like the man them just understood. You know what I mean? Like, there's times and places for everything, but I just felt like obviously everyone a little stiff and, but what can you do?
I think that could happen now. If they were with the young G's of today,
the young G's of today, obviously, I wouldn't.
So you think there was more of a respect thing?
I think it was a bit more grown in terms of the approach on beef back then. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Nowadays, these lot have got this
anytime.
Think later type of vibe. You get me? Like, but man, then would calculate it and think, boy, you know what I mean? And then obviously my mum's highly respected. So it's her house, innit? And she's there too.
Right.
So this is like a 4 or 5 bedroom house. My mom's got a room here, you know. She's in her room, you know. Yeah. I'm in my room. Man, I'm upstairs. Like, she's here, you know.
So how did your mother, like, how was she in this process? Like, how did she feel about it?
About in the early years, obviously she was like, obviously she's got to deal with a lot of noise, like every day, boom, 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 boom. But she was like, I think she'd more looked at it like they're here though. They're here. So that's the most important thing. My sons is in the house. They are present. Like, they're not on the street for someone to go do something to them or for me to get no bad news.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, they're making music and it's the neighbours might not too like it sometime, or sometimes they're going on till whatever hour. But guess what? They're right here
where you can see them.
I can see them. So, you know, it's kind of like that because obviously we're boys, innit? And she knew that we were around serious types of individuals as well as who we are. You know what I mean? Like, so she kind of just thought, you know what? They obviously take it more seriously than just
like a hobby.
Yeah. They take it because
lifestyle.
Because they do it all the time and people are coming to them, and so might be, you know what I mean. So if anyone, I would have to give a lot of praise to my mom because she put up with that, and like I said, it weren't easy. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Because even if you fast forward to now, you know, with the whole, you know, the 6 gang stuff and all that. You know, she's had to sit there with the raids going on and that. You know what I mean? You're talking about UK's most notorious gang at one point. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's had to sit there, like, when they're booming the door off, like, you know what I mean? And sometimes they're booming the door off for man that don't even live here.
Oh, so basically what you're saying is that people would be going there.
No, because basically
it's
like basically not the studios, but this is where it is, isn't it? This is the birth of it. So
I know what you mean.
So like everyone's there. So if you think, right, I'm looking for my man, more like he's there. Yeah, I'm looking for that you.
Damn,
he's there because that's where they all
congregate.
You know what I mean? So certain times in the new era, like I said, she would be dealing with things as just like, wow, like, what the hell? What's going on? It's got to that point. But like I said, they were labeled. You know what I mean? To me, these is young G's that we've grown with, and we know each other on a personal level. We've seen each other away from hype. The cameras and TV.
You know them.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of man, you say, how do you have that man in the studio? And I'm like, bro, to me,
it's the people in it, it's friends, it's family,
people, bro. Like we're all just normal. You get me?
So they're people that you just knew from like the local area.
And like growing up, they used to look up to us lot when we was on our badness. You get me? And we was doing our thing, and we used to give them money and say, yo, go shop and enjoy yourself, man. Relax and. Do you know what I mean? Like play ball with them and that. Do you know what I mean? Before all
the madness kicked off.
Before all of this.
And you're talking about 6, 7.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about a lot of artists before they was notorious. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Even into that. Do you get me? Because like I said, little do many people know, Khans used to rap.
Oh, okay, wow.
So you know what I mean? Like you're getting this creative insight, so I can hear it. But Khans used to rap, and I put Khans in the studio. Like, no shade on Khans. Khans was a good rapper. You get me? He had his little moment, you get me? But that's before he's, you know what I mean? And Khans can tell you in himself, like, Speed gave me the first computer that started this whole thing you see us doing now. Speed had a computer, he built it. And then what happened is he bought a new one and built a new one. And then me and Loco and us lot was there. And we managed to talk him around to saying, yeah, let us get that.
Oh, okay.
Do you get me?
And
that's kind of how that formed. And then they decided Hill Production.
Okay, nice. All right, cool. So, but the pressure was kind of getting too much at home. So you decided to kind of...
the pressure, the pressure. It was, like, we was building, man. We was building. My catalogue was strong, like very strong musically. And so was theirs. But it was like, obviously, I would rather do the bigger bro thing and step out than hope what they do is you know what I mean. So I decided, all right, I will jump up.
Okay.
And I think a lady called Melody had Instant Melodies in Brixton. She had a spot where there was studios in there, and I think she said to me, "Oh, there's a space. You get me? Like if you want to come true, she's like, you can come true and do your thing. You get me? You know, you're dedicated. I see that like a lot of people respect you and that. And she was like, yeah, and I was there, and then obviously, I thought about it for a bit. We consulted about it. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, you must have, you know, surely, you know, your name's...
It's ringing off.
Yeah, your name's enough.
Everyone knows you.
You get me? So, obviously, I decided to take the move there, do you know what I mean? Which obviously freed up more space for my brothers and that to do their thing and as well at the same time. So, yeah, I made that first transition to there. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, nice.
It was called Abilene Brixton.
Yeah, and then you built that studio. That was building up. Like, what sort of artists were going there at that point? Were they
the locals? You know what I mean? Like, one thing about music here is anytime you're wherever you are, you're gonna have whoever's local to it. So with me, it was a case of what can I say? I remember being I was trying to chat with Sneakball for a long time, but we've seen each other around, but not for the music. We just
like each other on this type of thing.
And then one time, I think he was on the music thing.
Yeah.
And then I was somewhere and somebody played me one song, and they were singing it word for word. And then when I looked at the video, it's him. I was like, you know, like I thought, this is serious, like. And then I hit him up again because I was like, I know you do the music, and then these times I just was in the space in Brixton, and I don't know how, but so like by some conversation we ended up him coming through. Do you get me? Him coming, but he came with a lot of dons. Yeah, he came.
Right.
He was like, yeah, but it was the weirdest. It was one of the weirdest meetings because there was no studio in there yet. It was just a space. Wow. It was just like the space of the studio. Like,
So you literally had to show him that vision.
Yes, I had to talk the vision to him. Like, yo, we're going to do this. I'm looking to do that. We saying duh. Do you know what I mean? And he just stood there like, you know, and he just was like, I think one part of it is thinking, where's the booth? Where's the booth?
It's just an empty room.
Yeah, we're just in a room. You get me? But then the other side, he knew that.
Kind of understood.
All right. Right. You know what I mean? And then we discussed it. We agreed it. But then some time passed. Do you get me?
Okay.
So I think he said that that's what he said. He said the Chipmunk. Him and Chipmunk time was it was around that time, and he said his manager was trying to get him a deal with Chipmunk or something like that. There was things going on. He was hot property at the time.
Definitely.
So obviously it was I had to understand like okay, he's busy in it. Like you can't take it personal. You have to just but he was willing, so that was motivation for me anyway, because he was willing regardless. You get me? And I think we something happened, and one of my friends saw him on the train or somewhere. And told him, yo, rare, yo, my man, still, you know what I mean? I think he gave him a word and that, and we ready to work. And then I think I must have spoke to him. He was on the phone or something. He called me or something, and I said to him again, and he said, I'll come here, but I'm gonna come in the morning. I was thinking, what are you talking about? You come in the morning? He said, yeah, I'll come 10.
So you
man, like what?
Was a morning person or something?
No, I'm not a morning person. But you come to the studio, come chat.
Oh, you'd think it's like a night time.
But then he said that classic line that stuck with me. He said, because that's when my pagans are sleeping. And then I knew the level.
Oh shoot!
That's when I knew the level of what he was dealing with at that time in life. You get me? Because you're on top of the game, but there's things that people don't see that's still going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So cool. Because artists don't turn up and that. Like I was thinking, boy, man's got to go to 10. For these time the booth's ready now.
Oh, so at this point,
remember some time passed. Some time passed. Remember, and then I said I got back in contact with him again, and then the booth was ready. It was active. We was doing things. You get me? And then we made that conversation, and he said, "Yeah, I'll come in the morning. Innit? Like, I'll come on this day in the morning." And I thought, okay. So I got ready, boom, and I thought, you know what? I know what this type of thing's like. You get me? I'm not sure if man's gonna, but he rode on a little pedal bike and he just turned up, and I was like, oh.
Wow. So what track did you record that
we didn't record that day, you know? This is how funny it was. We didn't record. We sat and went through beats for about 2 hours that day, 10 in the morning, boom. And he left and he just said, I'm gonna tell my manager about you. Because what I just heard, I'm gonna tell my manager about you.
Wow. So what do you think it was that made him?
We just had. It's like I've done a whole catalogue of music without him in my mind, and he's done a whole lot of lyrics without me in mind. But when we went in the studio, it all matched.
Wow.
It all matched.
So your sort of beats you're producing matched the sort of
It just matched. It just matched what was going on, and he everything I was putting up, he had something. Or he started vibing.
His vibes, like, wow, the chemistry was there.
We got this, we got something. We got to work with it. You get me? But it was like, all right, cool. I got to be somewhere, but boom, I'm gonna check my manager. I'm gonna let him know what you're on, and we're gonna get around to this.
Nice. Yeah. So Sneakball, he heard your tunes. He said he's gonna mention you to his manager. He's gonna talk about you to his manager.
Yeah, he heard the beats, and we had the beats, and then I had so many beats at that point that he was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And I think what happened following that, we did a lot. He just was one of those characters who just come through like proper like mask, like hoodie on his head. You wouldn't have not noticed him. And he would just appear and be like, yeah, yo, got something. Oh, he would hit me up, yo. Yeah. And one thing I rated about him was the work rate. Like he was he knew his goal. He knew like chop like so many songs. I mean, we even got unreleased material now.
Oh, swear.
Do you know what I mean? Like that stuff.
Maybe
that
one day it might
come out. You get me?
Yeah,
but we've got them. I've still got them. I think there was a late night session, and then he said to me, they got some tunes for me to do, but man's not feeling the beat. Like, what you got? And I thought, oh man, I just left the studio, so I've got a USB on me with a couple things that I might have been like previewing
something.
or
So it wasn't the full.
No, it might be full, but it was like it wasn't specifically for you. Kind of vibe. It was just like a stack of bits that I might have been just reviewing and thinking about, or thinking, what should I do, or who should I give it to? So he called me and he was like, oh, I'm in Birmingham or somewhere like that. Wow. Yeah. And he was like, yo, we're in the studio, but the beat's not right. Like, come man, I know you got something. Cause it was late. He called me at like 2 a.m. or something. Weird. I was like, what? I was like, oh bro, I only got this USB, but I can. And then I just went on it and I just thought, right, this one. I just pushed it out and I sent it. Do I want to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Following that, next day, Sneakball and OG Nicky Freak was world premiere on BBC.
Oh, rah. The next day.
I woke up in the morning, they were like, yo, we need that beat. You know that beat? Yeah, this is the beat. Yeah, you need to arrange it like this, change this, yo, send that file there like this, do this. And it was like, what?
Wow.
And then next minute, I think it was about 6 o'clock, something like that, my phone just went bing, 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 for like hours.
Yeah. So how was that feeling like when you first
what?
saw the reaction of it released? What was you thinking? What was going through your mind?
For me, yeah, I was kind of new to your phone going off like that. Do you get me? Because obviously I've done songs with lots of people, but obviously not everyone's a social media person. So I was like, this was young generation stuff. Like, where you're like,
right,
what's going on here? Like, why's my phone making up that noise? You know, to the point where you're thinking it's an alarm or something.
Yeah.
But
it's like going.
It was one of the first times I see it on a mad lit level. Like, your phone's full. Within 20 minutes, it's pinging so much, the phone's dead.
Wow.
To the point, man, just turn it off. Like, yo.
What was people saying? Was it just like feedback? People
retweets, posts, and my atting me with it. So my at is produced by me or whatever's in it. So it's just going. I just thought, Lord, like, okay,
this is it now.
Okay,
yeah,
I see it. You get me? Like, that's when I rate it.
It's never been at that much.
No, because we've done labels and stuff, like record labels and stuff like that, release stuff. But like I said, Twitter wasn't predominant, YouTube and everything wasn't predominant. It was just you get paid, like, you know what I mean. So this was one of those artists that we had to play the young generation game, which is social media. Do you know what I mean? So it was like, don't get me wrong, it was also like DD, Johnny Guns. So and Political Pete. We done songs like before that, but this was one that was like, okay, you're a part of this problem now. You get me? Like, it's not, before it's just like it's the artist issue. It's like, no,
but now you're involved.
You're involved in this one, yeah. You're in this. You're on it. You know, they've done the paperwork's right. Everything's right. It's like, yo. I was like, okay,
and it just bubbled up from there. And then,
but there's one thing about me. Yeah, I'm one of them people. You give me the door, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run with it. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and go, "Where the door's open? What should I do?"
I was gonna say,
I was one of the people like, "Whoa, the door opened.
Yeah,
they heard the sound, and now I'm out for everything. Like, I'm coming true. Like, because I've already, like I said, I was ahead of my time because I had the stack of bits ready.
You already done the foundation.
I've done a lot, so I had
down.
it. Do you know what I mean? And what it was just a case of, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? So then I just had another one, and then obviously it bounces, innit? So the next artists start hitting you up.
They start talking,
this artist started hitting about, and because we was in the crest of Brixton, Cold Harbour Lane, dead in the crest,
right,
it was
in the middle, you know.
It worked. It worked.
More central than that.
Well, we couldn't get more central than that. And South London was really hot property. Because apart from Bo at that time, who was really the name that you would have to think of. Obviously, don't get me wrong, Chip and them was on the north side and do their thing. But on our side, it was gigs.
That's it.
It was gigs. Yeah. So it was just that. That was the only.
It was Peckham and Brixton.
Peckham. That was it. There was nothing else to talk about at that point. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was other artists that were doing good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying no one weren't doing anything, but I'm saying noise-wise.
Yeah, they had the most buzz.
Yeah, these two results. So obviously, you know how that went. Do you know what I mean? And big up to Gigs, because I even commented on in Gigs' documentary as well. It's never been like a, we don't keep sides. We're too grown for that. You know,
that's
what
I was gonna say.
Support everyone's thing
with the whole Brixton Hill thing. You'd worked with 6-7. You worked with Sneakball.
Like, I worked with 8-6. I worked with a lot of these guys. Like,
but how is it like with the working on this side? Did they say, "Oh, why are you working with that person and why are you working with this person?" Is it
Croydon? I worked with Fulton Heath. I worked with so many different men that have got so many different issues.
Yeah.
But I'm really impartial. Do you know what I mean? Like, at the same time, I'm a guider in it, so I'm gonna be in the studio with man. Because remember, the studio sofas get the most gossip. One thing you have to know, that if you're an engineer and you're in the studio, if you didn't know what was going on,
now you know.
Now you know what's going on, because people just chatting and you're just like, right, 2 and 2 will add up over a week, because one man's talking about one thing and then some next set of youths come in and talk about something else, and you relate it like, well, okay, I see where I go on now. You get me? Like, but I'm the type of man, I'll just hit them up like, yo, bro, you know, like, what's the point in that? Like, what are you gonna get from it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because man's talented or man's got a buzz.
Exactly.
Is
Why
it?
are you gonna throw it away? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because it wouldn't be right of me to be sitting around gassing them up. Like, do it. It's long.
So would you say he was kind of like a mentor?
Yeah. Like with a lot of the young G's and that as well. I tell them, I just hit them up. Like, even on a one away, I might see you doing something in the booth today.
Yeah.
And I'll feel like, right, there's too many people here. But tonight, I'm gonna call you. Just say, yo, bro, easy. I don't like cut out that. Like, if you're linking them type of girl, don't like, don't like.
So what was there when you was giving him that advice?
Man was taking it. Man were respecting it. Like, man were respecting it. Like, I respect that you took the time to even tell me, because most people would just. I was like, but I'm like, you know what? You know, like when it goes wrong for you, it goes wrong for me. Do you know what I mean? When it goes wrong for you, like, it goes wrong for me too. So because we're all chemistry, we're all vibing. So exactly. It's like, you know, there's been situations where people along the way that we've been working with are dead. Street beef, whatever, dead. This way, that way, this way, that way. Do you know what I mean? And we have to carry on, but it's hard because for me, there's still to this day I can't play certain man songs. Because they're passed out, like, cause this is the last memory. No, I just can't play it. This is the last memories. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, but then man's gone out and got shanked up dead. And man's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not easy because what's the word? We vibed on a personal level. Music is a personal level, you know. You get what I'm saying? Like when you and somebody's doing music, they're basically painting a picture, and you kind of got to color it in and put it so that it translates. And do you know what I mean? So before that picture's painted, man is telling you why they're saying it and what's going on in their life or how. Do you know what I mean? So when certain people passed, it was hard for me.
Did it ever take its toll on you from like everything that's going on in the streets and everything, like hearing all this different stories, what's going on? Did it ever like think, oh man, this is sometimes it's too much?
I always just told the guys straight, the money's just too much money they're here for the beef. Beef costs money. It's true. And I just tell man straight, like, if you ain't got 10 grand, please don't beef nobody, because that's a cheap funeral. 10 bags alone is cheap on a funeral. That's a cheap funeral. So if y'all ain't got no money, why are you beefing? What's the beef for? Because your mum don't got 10 bags. So what will happen? You know what I mean? Like, your mum's out there, your sisters are putting up GoFundMes for a man who said that they was big time. Like, it don't make sense. So I always used to tell them, listen, the beef just messes up the money. It slows down the game and blocks all the opportunities. If you lot were sensible, you lot would wax the beef, yes. Put the beef on records, whatever. But go stand up on a stage side by side and rock the crowd with it. Everyone would be rich.
True.
Everybody would be rich if they did that. You know that. You know, if drill artists said to themselves, you know what, we don't like you don't like us, but when it's time to get this money, let's go stand side by side and go toe to toe.
So why do you think that is it just rich. Ego?
It's ego. Like, obviously it's ego. Man have got egos. Man are thinking repping the pavement, but I'm like, bro, the bricks and the pavement don't care about you. When you die, you're buried. They'll wash over your mural after a year and on we go. You get me? Like, so better off using while you're here, use it to your advantage. And like I said, that's why I liked rapping, hip hop and that in America, because man, them was just waxing it. It's like, it was on wax, and it was like, but then they would go toe to toe. Do you know what I mean?
When you say toe, is that like rap battle?
Yeah. Man will go at each other.
Imagine a drill.
And then we like same with Mavado and Cartel. They were beefing with, but they used it as music, and they used it to, you know what I mean? And then they went head to head. Like, let's get to the point. Like, you know what I mean? Let the people decide. Let's make it entertaining at least. When it's just crime, murder.
And then that's what makes people say the music.
Yeah, then it's just like, this is nobody wants to die, bro. I don't care what anyone tells me. You didn't wake up wanting to die. I've been funerals and man has ended up dead. I'm like, you come out to a funeral and you die over some dumb beef. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just got to a point where it's like, obviously, I would say I'm fortunate, and I would say I'm slightly blessed in music and that. So with that blessing, I'm gonna try and show a couple man to just use it, man. Come, let's Just think smart. You get me?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I would assume that how I got to where I've got so far, I got as well, just from thinking smart. Just not in, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's fun and all that, but then, you know what I mean? Like, we got to think. We still haven't got an industry. We now do. UK music industry is strong now, and we're making music now that's representing the world.
Yeah, definitely.
But we still ain't got that unity. You know what I mean?
Do you think we'll ever get there?
We can get there if man understand the difference. You know what I mean? It's not personal, and you can't make this thing personal. You know what I mean? Because music isn't personal. It's spirit. It's meant to be like, yo, like I said, we can express on the music and keep it music.
Yeah, but then I think maybe it's like people are, like you said, people using your thought process, but some people are going off emotions.
Yeah, but
you know,
that's why I said that. Just thinking, because I seen man hiding. I've gone to shows with man and they're scared to get out of the car. I'm saying, bro, why are you scared? Oh, yeah, cause I don't know who them youths are. We don't know them lot. I'm saying, bro, but you're talking this mad stuff on the songs. Why say it? Do you know what I mean? If you're not that guy, you're not about it. So I realize, see, you just living up to something.
They're just trying to live up to
this I'm like, bro, like, it's weird to me. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm a bit older, so for me, I wouldn't get it. I'm like, bro, if we're going to say something, we're saying what we mean.
Yeah.
We're not going to say what we don't mean and then, you know what I mean? Man are ducking and diving and
later on,
scared and, bro, can't, you know what I mean?
Can't go here.
Can't go here. I'm like, bro, in your own city. We're supposed to sell out our city.
Yeah, it's true.
We're supposed to sell out our city. We're meant to have our shows in our city and it's ram, making our own money. But we can't. Why? Man,
you say it's too divided.
Right. Man, them are dividing up the thing and there's no money. But if we said right now, Brixton Academy, yeah, and you said 6-7, 150, that would be sold out.
Yeah, instantly.
Everyone on the bill, Bagger Man, Harlem Spartans, all on the bill.
And it's all like it's non-violent. It's not. It's
and
like,
right.
Music. It's a music clash,
and it's a musical vibe,
clash,
and it's entertainment. That would be sold out. They'd be millionaires. You're missing the point of the music. But man would rather use it to fuel death. And I'm like, bro, nah.
So when someone's like has them kind of lyrics, and they're going in your booth, and do you ever say to them like, nah, you can't say certain things, or do you
I understand some people's frustration. I understand, obviously, some people's lyrics is the retaliation of a problem. Not everyone's lyrics is beginning the problem. Some people's is the retaliation. Obviously, I understand that, you know, we was once them, innit? So I understand they do it a bit different now, and I understand that, and I don't mind 1 or 2 songs here and there, and I get it if your purpose is there. You get me? I can't agree with every song people make. You get me? It can't always be my song, but also I just want man to think about the long road.
So if they're saying something crazy, would you?
No, I've stopped. I'll tell you stories, man. I've stopped enough sessions where man have said,
like, you're going too mad. Like, you're going. Too
and
mad.
man can vouch. Like, I can speak truth. It's when I come in here, I talk the truth. Like, I talk the truth. Like, I've stopped man making songs on next man, like, who are dead. Even dead man have come say, yo, come studio to clash. We're gonna write the tune. I'm looking at man, but once I peeped what man was saying, I said, whoa, nah, we can't make this song. My mum's crying right now. Why would we make this?
It's true, yeah. It's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's levels. There's levels. So don't get me wrong, I want everyone to, but there's levels, isn't it? Even for us as engineers or producers or studios, whatever, there's levels.
Because like you said, you're connected to that song. It's written in your studio.
Right. Do you know what I mean? So I've even had to stop, man, when they're, when
so how do you handle like a difficult, someone that's, what about if they push back to you now and say, nah, this is my, I'm telling my truth. Like,
man, bro, nah, you have to do it somewhere else then, because I can't. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to remember, you know, somebody who's bad to you wasn't bad to me. So like, my man, I can't name names because it's police cases, certain ones, but a man come to me and said, F my man, he's dead now, he's in a spliff. Yeah, we're gonna, and I'm saying, bro, and he's saying, no, but my man said he was gonna do this to me and do that, but he's dead now, so rare. And I'm saying, but bro, the ultimate part has happened. He dead. Do you understand? He's gone. Like, you can't bring him back. You can't talk about that. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's too now. It's just happened.
It's raw, it's fresh.
Yeah. It's like, there's people who this would just destroy. Do Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I just feel like this wasn't the part we got in it for. This wasn't the bit we got into the music for. Like, we know it comes with it, but this isn't the part that we want to, you know, love, unity and all that. We're with it. Little bit of you're an idiot type of lyrics, cool. But there's then when it's like, yo, we're rejoicing on a man's death, it's like, whoa,
that's too
far. We're all promised to die, you know. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's a bit too deep when a man's writing certain things that are graphically being said. And obviously, we've had Trident call about songs. Trident have even called and said, yo, you got to take this off a song. Yo, this line has to come out of a song.
They've called your studios and
they've
said...
called me and said, yo, that song there, that song...
Wow.
This song relates to this case. He's talking about that. This must be taken out. And I've had numerous channels call me and say, oh, you know that video we dropped? The feds took it down. Or the feds are saying that you have to take out this line. He's talking about this. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's just like, bro.
You could have just avoided that.
No, I'm just, like, obviously, I get it, but it's like, this is the part of where it gets boring because now you're hearing like lyrics and then bag it instrumental and then lyrics. You're like, what? They cut it out.
Coin noises.
He's just cutting it out. And I'm like, bro, it's make no sense. Might as well just not
say it.
You know what I mean? Because all the time, effort, and money's just getting wasted. Because once they say take it down, let's take it down.
There's no, it's not coming back from that.
You can't do anything about it. Do you get me? So I was like, that's another side of music that you have to understand. Trident hit us up.
So is that like, but isn't that, I mean, kind of like freedom of speech? You should be able to say what you want.
Yeah, but not on open cases. Not on cases that are still pending, not on open cases, and not on murders. People that are not actual factual murders. Do you know what I mean? Like they look at it like
you're speaking on something that's...
No, you're violating. You're violating. What are you talking about? Why would you... You know what I mean? Like, and one thing a lot of rappers tend to forget is they're not stupid. Trident are not stupid. This police are not stupid.
They know what's going on.
90% of the police is normal police. 10% is man them, you know. It's man them like me and you know.
They can see, they have internet, right? They have social media, they see what goes on.
Nowadays, a Fed car will roll up and it'll be a man looking like me and you, but he's just got a bulletproof vest on the radio, right? And you'd be like, Ross, swear down, you lot feds. Yes. Didn't even know. We're at that stage now where normal man them will decide to join the feds. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's normal, innit? Like, it is what it is. And I used to think, bro, they're feds, you know? But I got to a point where I realized, you know what? One time I said to a fed, why are you always doing? He said, you know what? If you don't like what we do, then maybe some more you lot should join to stop it from going the way you don't want it to go. And when he said that, I agreed. I thought, you know what? That's the truth. Certain man need to kind of, so that they can stop, it can stop them from treating the man them certain ways. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of make a change.
Balance it out. You get me? So that if certain man roll up and they're more familiar with you and your surrounding and your kind of people, they will handle you.
You don't have to handle yourself.
So I looked at it as a plus. You get me? But like I said, they know. They can listen to songs and know now. You know what I mean? So I just feel like once you become on their radar, they'll have your song down today. Like, they won't even let it sit there.
So do you think because of that, the genre of drill is on a decline, or do you think that
the genre of drill, there's two sides in it. Like, there's an enjoyable side. It can be fun. It can be entertaining.
Yeah.
But I just think those who want to, glorify the use of violence, knives, and murders and retaliation, it won't survive. It won't survive. And I think where we're building the industry, it's best it don't.
Yeah. I think, I agree with that still.
Yeah. It's best it don't. So.
And what do you think of all like the sampling? You know, people are taking this 90s sample and then putting it on the drill and then...
I rate it, but clear them. Please, guys, clear your samples. Like, don't just teeth people's music and run with it.
How do you go about clearing the sample?
Clear it. You got to hit up the creators or whatever, or the label behind it or whatever, and clear your samples, man. Because I've seen a lot of people taking the big boy risks, but it's dangerous.
So they'll just take
something. No talking and try and run with it. And I'm like, whoa, you know, that's cool. Obviously, if it gets viral, it might work, but it doesn't always work. So, you know, and obviously, I was sampling. You know, if you go back to like Hard Ads, Shallow, them songs, we were sampling, but we're sampling long before sampling was as that guy. But I can sample anything. My MPCC has got lots of sample beats, but it's just like, you know,
the clearance,
the
It's
clearance,
the legal side.
Yeah. I don't
legal
mind if you're
side.
doing it as a promo, throw it out, see what happens. But some people are actually selling it.
But if you're putting it up on your Spotify,
Yeah. Some people are actually selling
revenue,
it, and I think that will be a problem.
yeah, that's problematic. Okay, so there's the legal side of music, yeah. Like, so when someone wants to upload to their Spotify's and stuff, how does someone go about getting the revenue from that? Is there
Just set up your account. Just set up your account. Set up an account. Put your details in there. You know, and
just go with it?
upload.
And what about like producers' shares and?
Yeah, that's something that you gotta make sure you do properly. You know, there's a Teams part on there where you can add somebody for a certain percent. If there's a producer involved, give him his percentage. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of men are just registering and putting out songs 100% to their self and missing people out. And I'm like, see, this is where businesses mash up. You get me? Like,
so when people do that, and when the producer goes, like, how does a producer know that their song's been out there?
You can flag it. If you find your song or you find someone's used your beat, you can just flag it. Once you flag it, come down, or it gets paused until it's investigated. Once you can prove to whatever service that there's the file, or this is the master, or I've done it, or here it is on my machine.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And what do you prefer? Like, because you make beats as well, and you mix and master engineer. So, do you have a preference?
No,
or you just go with which?
We do them all. We'll just take them all. Like, I can create somebody's idea, or I can work with somebody's idea. You know what I mean? I tend to be more just concealed about it. I just do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm behind a lot of songs in the UK. Yeah, I mixed, mastered them.
What's your top 5 songs that you've made?
Ones that have probably stood out to me more
Yeah.
would be like songs like that I was a part of. I was part of Let's Lurk, so you know, I think I've done 6-7 parts on that. Cons will argue with me on that, but I remember doing it. I got the file on my computer. You get me?
Let's see. Khan's gonna watch this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the OG Nicky and Sneakball song, because do you know what I mean? That one there. Section Boys Delete My Number. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Epic.
Songs like those, you know what I mean? Where they just rose by themselves. You know what I mean? Like, when we're making these songs, like, we're not thinking, tomorrow. You know what I mean? We're just having some fun.
Just vibes,
it, and then
it just skyrockets.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Nice. All right, good.
You know what I mean?
Okay, good. So leading on from there, which artists have you been in the studio that you would say stands out?
I've been in there with a few. So many people, so many projects. But I would say 2 artists stand out when I'm in the studio with them. For me personally, one would be LD. 6-7.
Wow, LD, big up LD.
Yeah, LD's very. We have a thing where when we're in the studio, he's not allowed no paper, no phone. He obviously got his phone, but I mean not to write.
Oh, so he's not. So it's not all freestyle.
Yeah, so everything he puts together, he's got to get it in his head.
Wow.
Like, and we've done that from Lifecone, like, because I've done Lifecone with him and stuff like that. So from them days across all the songs with LD, I've made sure that he just go off your head. So
do you think
he's
better like when he's not overthinking it?
And
basically?
he's always kept doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
yeah.
It's like even the Daily Duppy and all these things. I can tell you, I've witnessed them. These are songs that a man just done. Like, he probably let the beat run, formulated the bars or the structure of the bars in his head, and then says, "Yeah, I'm ready. Come and go."
That's a mad talent, you know, being able to do that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and then puts it together from there. Do you know what I mean? But no phone, no writing.
So it's freestyle it, find the cadence,
find the pockets of where what's going to be where, and then put it together, and then then build it.
And that's how Lifecone was made as well.
That's how Lifecone was done.
That's
how a lot of these songs done.
Yeah.
All of the songs when it comes to LD, all of them.
What's your favorite song you recorded with LD?
Well, Lifecone is one of not so much my favorite, but one of those ones that made me realize, wow, because them times there he had no dreads. He was just like fresh home from being in jail, and then he said, "Yo, I got this song." I was sitting on it, and then he just went, Lifecone, oh my God, and all that. And when we were recording it, I think we did it twice. We did it once, and then we did it again, and then it was one of those ones where we just did it. I finished it a couple of days later and I gave it to him, but I never paid no attention to it.
Yeah. Oh, so you just next thing you know, you see it online and it's just going
so
mad.
Online, I thought, what the hell? Cause I was just like, you know what I mean? It was just like one of.
Did they even tell you they shot a video for it and
They
everything?
didn't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? They didn't tell me nothing. Because like I said, I'm so busy. Like once I send you your file, I'm more likely onto something else.
Yeah.
So with that one, I genuinely, that one hit me out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I was proud for him because, like I said, he's another one that, like I said, I known him before music. You know what I mean? Growing up and so you know.
Was he one of the ones that you mentioned about mentoring?
Yeah. Like, not so much mentoring, but you know, from young, we used to say, "Oh, little man, come man, come chill," like, and you know what I mean. And he always looked up to man, like respectfully as well. Do you know what I mean? Like he's one of those ones. No matter how much fame they see, he would always say, "No, I need to go see. I need to do it with you." Like he always used to say to me, "Do you know how much labels offer me studios? You know how much places like they want me to go and do it?" But he's like, I'm coming to you, man, and I don't mind paying you because you know. So and he always comes and see me, and that's why all the most top songs is me and him.
Wow. So that
you know what I mean? So that would be one person. And I think the next person who I would give from working with on certain songs respect for their pen game. Yeah, and most people won't even think I'd say this, but it would be K-Trap.
Okay,
I've sat there with K-Trap in the studio.
Yeah, he's got some metaphors and bars,
and he's another one of those just let the beat play kind of person.
Yeah,
and then eventually go, yeah, I'm ready,
because his wordplay is mad.
And then when he drops it, you'll be like, where did that come from?
So what does a studio session with K-Trap look like? Is it like
it's peaceful? You know what I mean? Like I said, he's the type of person who just put the beat on. Put the beat on, and might play for 20 minutes, and then they'll just say, "Yo, speak, ready." That's how when we did it. That's how he did it, and I always respected it because what came out, and to the level it came out. I say, when he said, I just wrote it just there.
Wow,
I just wrote it just there.
That's someone that's definitely got a lot of life experience.
So for him to put it in and it to fit and that be the take. That'd be the song as well. Like he's not even like
one take.
No, it'd be one take or it'd be in pieces. But I'm saying you don't have to come back another day. You don't have to change it. There's nothing to change. It is what it is. Yeah. It made me realize this guy's exceptional with writing. Then I'll give him that prop.
What tracks did you do with K-Trap?
Young, Wild and Winning. I done a lot on the second tape. You know, I'm bad with names, but I did a lot of the songs on the second tape. I remember. Do you know what I mean? And I've also got some new ones that he done with like Mental K and things like that.
So do you think like the mask thing helped build up his like having the mask, and then when he took off the mask, you think it?
One thing I can say about Trap, he's more of a, from my experience with him, he's a calculated person. He's not doing it for gang hype, or he put it in place for certain periods, and then he's just like taking it off as a calculated decision as well. He doesn't put himself in situations to regret them. He'll be like, you know, so everything he's calculated the move at that moment. So I feel like he knew that. Well, I think all rappers do it. When they first start, they think, I'm gonna put on the belly because if I'm shit, I can just run off. I can just leave. I could just be out of here. No one knows it's me. I'm cool.
I've gone.
Yeah, me like, you know. But once it takes shape, obviously, I think it's hard when you get to a more corporate level with your music to have the band on.
So like M Huncho kind of.
Yeah, but his is a mask, but it's not a belly. It's a mask. Right. You still see the eyes and the mouth. Yeah. So I don't think it's as intimidating. I think you'd think, well, you got this on, but you would understand that you can still, it's become a brand. Whereas when you're
just a belly,
just
a standard belly.
It's like we've commercialized looking like robbers. Do you get me? Like, so it's like
mad.
Obviously it's a bit different, but like I said, knowing K-Trap and working with K-Trap and doing certain things with K-Trap, I understand he's a mature-minded person, so I know that he's not kind of using it to incite problems. Or he just his look in it. It just was his thing. Yeah. And at the time, he was one of the people doing it. He weren't. Yeah. Now it's everyone doing it. But there was a time where he was just one of the couple that would do it.
Yeah. So what was it like that sort of set off that trend? What do you think it was?
Like I said, people just scared they
just-
were, if they were
right,
rubbish.
yeah.
If they were rubbish. And they
I
wanted to
thought-
talk crime, innit? Everyone
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to talk crime. So they thought, well, no face,
this
no
baddie
case,
on
innit?
it.
That
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
no face, no
No
case
face, no
era,
case.
innit?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, but I
Mad,
find that,
mad.
like I said, those two guys in particular have an exceptional thing about them when they do music. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like internally, it's like a chip that's internally in them.
Yeah, it's like
They can deliver something that becomes hit or hits, and you wonder
how. Like,
how
what's
how
the
were you
formula
going
like?
through
Yeah,
that? How
yeah,
did you
yeah.
come up with that?
Yeah.
Like, it's not something you would expect someone to say, but when it's down and you hear it, you're like, this is
It's mad.
genius. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is genius. So from that standpoint, I think those two stand out to me very, very, very much. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you get a lot of artists, but you don't get artists like with that kind of level.
Nice. And let's say one more artist that you think would stand out, that's standing out, that you maybe you're currently working with at the moment.
Others that are standing out. There's so many, but you know, I don't want no one to feel like I don't rate them. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them to feel like that.
Big up, listen, big up everyone.
Big up everyone. I
Disclaimers.
work with so many people. I don't want them to feel like I didn't say their name, or it's just more. There's differences in it. Do you know what I mean? There's differences. So I would, if I'm gonna say someone I'm not working with, so that it's
Okay. Yeah. Keep
You
it,
know what I
keep
mean?
it balanced. Yeah.
But eyes wise, what have I got my eye on? Amaria BB. I think she's exceptional.
yeah.
I think she's
Yeah, she's
exceptional, and because she's got an R&B side to her,
blends it
yeah.
well with the dancehall.
I would be sure that at some point we're gonna try and get
up.
in the studio and try
nice,
something.
nice.
Hopefully, because
Yeah. Willing,
I
man,
like the energy. I like what's come so far.
Nice. All right, cool. So I'll slot this part in.
And-
What was the most challenging moment in your music career so far? Might be a hard question to answer.
Yeah, because
Might be a
like I
few.
said, yeah, there's quite a few. The most challenging, I would say, is trying to get people to hear more than they hear. You know, 'cause everyone just thinks, just throw little effects on it, and I'm trying to show them, nah, we want the big sound. We want that real.
Authentic.
Yeah,
sound,
we want the big sound. We don't want just some cool man mixed it in my bedroom type of sound, because it's kind of going that route. And once you know what I mean, I think actually I'll change that. The challenge for me is telling people to invest in themselves. Too many artists want to make it for nothing. Just teeth a beat off YouTube, jump on it, put it out, and want to be rich. We're laughing, but it's true. It's 100% true. I've seen it so much times.
Oh man, no,
Like, invest in yourselves, bro. Invest in your
That's
thing,
funny.
man. Put up
No.
your money. Like, it scares me because
Yeah.
if you don't want to spend money on yourself, why should we? Why should we help you? Because you don't even want to spend it on yourself. Like, if you buy something for you, you should spend your maximum, because you'd be like, it's for me. And I see man moaning. Yeah.
So yeah, getting artists to invest in themselves was your biggest challenge.
Yeah, just trying to make them understand that, the whole thing is an investment. You know what I mean? You can't just take beat and run, and put it out.
There has
Like,
to be some.
you have to have ownership of your music, because otherwise it gets messy. You know what I mean? And I feel like one of the things, a lot of people, they'll end up getting a song and it'll be viral, and then by the time somebody comes, like a label or someone comes to invest, or a distributor, they realize they haven't done all the legalities properly. So it's like,
Then where do you go from there? It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like you
yeah.
missed the boat from there.
Yeah. And I just feel like, like I said, if you're spending money on yourself, it shouldn't be no restriction for yourself. Two things you shouldn't have restriction on when it comes to spending your money: your health, and on yourself, like on stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you got to do it for someone else, you might say, well, there's the budget.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for you, and you love something you're passionate about, it shouldn't be no limit. And when it comes to your health as well, you shouldn't have a limit. You should be able to say, yo, I'm gonna
Even though
invest.
this pineapple costs
Yeah.
£2.50, Why them
Let me-
chicken and chips is $1.50?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me juice up this pineapple
and
and
just-
go on. Like,
that's
just
it.
hold it,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, everybody wants to invest when it's too late.
That's it, man. That's it. And you are an example of that because you've invested in yourself from when you was from the start all the way up until now, man. So yeah, man. Tell me what's happening like now. What you up to now? You got the studios and everything. Like, tell me a bit about what you're up to now.
So now we've just been doing a lot of mixing and mastering. A lot of production started again, back in the booth. Obviously, you know, I've been working alongside Steamers as well, who's obviously been playlisting and playing all over BBC One Extra, things like that. So we're back in that bag as well. I've been supporting new labels as well to come up.
Nice,
so, as you know, like the TC
definitely.
campaign and things like that. I've been supporting them, the people to just get their music game right. Do you know what I mean? Like, so,
nice.
But like I said, the most important thing has been the setup. Just pumping a lot of time and effort and money into the setup.
You've had a lot of artists come through to your studios, yeah?
Everybody.
But like, is there someone out there that you haven't worked with, but you think, nah, I want to work with you? Like, who would that be?
UK or across
UK?
The world? In the UK, I'm gonna go away from the grain because you know everyone always goes against the grain. Goes with the grain. For me, I think an exciting session would be Steph London.
Oh, cool. Yeah, dancehall.
Yeah. But I just feel like it would be an exciting session.
Nice. And what about like USA or internationally?
Internationally, I would have said 2, to be fair. But internationally, it would probably have to be. If I'm trying to think, who am I really chopping with right now? On a R&B front, I'd love to have someone like Money Long.
Oh, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, I just think I hear what she's doing. It's really something that on an R&B scale I'd like.
Cool.
And if I wanted to like something really, it would be a honor to get in the studio with somebody like Bounty Killer.
Oh, mad, yeah. Okay, so I see you're going down that dance hall. Yeah. So my next question is, what's like someone that's just starting out as a producer? What would you say is like a basic startup that they should have? Like, what sort of equipment? Do they need like speakers, etc., software?
Yeah, just buy an audio interface, a laptop, and some speakers, and just learn it. Like, I think too many people want everything before they know it. I'd say just get the basics and learn it, because you can make a 5-star meal out of just that, or you can make a mess. It's up to you. But you see, if the simpler your setup and the more you know how to do with it, the better. So I would say to everyone, don't try to have everything. Just try to have enough. You know what I mean? To start with, get through the basics, understanding it, and then add. Same thing I did. Just add as you go along. Do you know what I mean? Till your rig's strong.
So you build up and then invest.
Take your time. Yeah, it takes time as well.
Financial. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, and like this is the financial segment of the show where we just go into detail about investing and more the business aspect of it, like how like budgeting and finance and stuff. So, how much would you say, like someone that's starting out? How much would you say that their budget should be if they're starting out as a producer? Like, how much would you need to get started in making in all the equipment? What would you recommend that they spend?
I'd say about 3 to 5K. Because
you need
the thing is, data is what runs a lot of things nowadays. So you need a lot of space because a lot of new software is very data dependent, and you have to store the sound banks, and they're big. They're like 100 gig and that 200 gig, some of them. So no point having some measly computer and then the sound banks. Remember, and nowadays the sound bank, back in the day, they used to send you the box with the discs and it's got the sound banks on it. You put it in and now it's online. So you be downloading a 200 gig sound bank overnight. You just have to leave it and let it come down.
So good Wi-Fi connection as well.
Good Wi-Fi connection, mate. Because that's it. It's all digital.
I thought you was gonna say like 3 to 500.
No, bro.
Pounds.
No, if
3 to 5K.
No, 3 to 5K, man. Because the computer alone's about 2. Speakers, another bag, just 3. You get me audio interface 2. You know where that life is. You ain't even bought no software.
Oh man. You know, that's actually opened my eyes. You know,
Yeah.
Because I literally thought. Get a computer for a quick aid. Yeah, just getting it. Yeah.
I don't know, but then what happens when you get the software?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's what happens. You know what I mean?
Wow,
Like
wow.
to date, I've probably spent 200 grand plus on studio equipment.
And invested it in your business.
Yeah.
So there you go, man. That's a real financial insight right there.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm guessing you're still investing as well.
I've
Buying
still got things on the list I'm gonna tick. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to tick. But when I last looked, it was over 200,000.
Wow.
So
man, that's some serious investments in yourself that it's paid off.
Yeah,
it's paid off. There you go.
Keeps it
And
going.
It keeps paying off.
Keeps it going. You know, and at the same time, it's improved, man, to certain levels. You get me? Like working with certain
levels,
obviously. You have to learn it. You know what I mean? You really have to learn what you're trying to do with the equipment. You can't just buy equipment and think you're the man. It doesn't work like that. You have to actually research it, understand where it fits into your workflow, and how you incorporate it, and then how the listeners will get the experience from you having it. You know what I mean? So,
and I will have another question as well. Like, how do you get when you're mixing and mastering?
Yeah.
You know when sometimes it sounds one way in a studio, but then you might play it out in a venue, it might not sound as good, or it sounds different when you play it in the car. How do you get? You might even need a lot of time to explain. I don't know, but how do you get it so it's like it sounds even everywhere? Like
the simplest thing is the way to get that process right is to tune the room. See, like we're in a podcast room here. They've tuned it so that we can speak on these mics without it bouncing all over the place.
Right.
So it's the same process in the studio. Tune the room, get the room tuned so that it's tuned nicely, so that what you're hearing is exactly what you're gonna get.
Okay.
See, what it is you do it in your bedroom. It's not tuned.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just bouncing. The sound's just going all over the place. Obviously, you can be lucky. You can be good at it. Do you know what I mean? But there'll be things that when you get to a car or you get something, you'll notice that this should have been. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously it's not an ideal, perfect environment to mix in or master your songs in.
So okay, good,
You know what I
good.
mean?
So if you go to a studio and it sounds good in the studio, but when you've gotten out and you play it in the car and it sounds different, maybe the room hasn't been treated.
Yeah. So then, but certain rooms you can tell where the problem areas will be, and obviously if you take it to the car and you do the reference and you see, say, in certain frequencies and certain areas it's lacking, then you know to compensate that when you go back to the studio. To kind of, say, all right, around this area, it seems fine, but when I got outside, it didn't. Then you may know, and you push that a bit more.
So there's actually things you can do to combat that.
Yeah,
so
if you understand the frequency spectrum, innit? Because 20 hertz is 200 hertz. You get me? So 20 hertz to 20.
No about
20k, yeah, kilohertz.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is, so obviously, wherever it fits in between. You have to just know your frequencies to know, say, okay, we're missing a bit here, or you know what I mean? Because 90% of people just want to hear bass, but bass will be the reason why you get outside and it's not the same. Because the bass
will overpowering.
Yeah, the bass will make you think you got something you ain't. So it's good to have a good pair of headphones to decide to listen without the studio monitors. And number two, just take it to the car. Just have a good listen as a listener and see where it lacks, and then just understand how to compensate.
Okay, nice. And what's one piece of advice you'd give to an upcoming engineer or producer?
Upcoming engineers, like I said, 20 million plugins is no good to nobody. Just get 10. Start with your first 10, learn them, create masterpieces, add another 10. Nice. Add another 10. I mean, I got millions of plugins, but believe it or not, I had to start with you know what I mean,
minimum
and then grow and grow and grow. And then I would have bought plugins, and then there will come a time where I've researched some new plugins and I've started using them to the point where I don't use the ones before no more, because the workflow I've managed to carve it into my workflow.
Engineers will know what a plugin is, but for those listeners that
just like digital software, do you know what I mean? Digital software and things to enhance and manipulate the sound.
Okay,
do you know what I mean? Like, it's just everyone just runs to the ones everyone uses, like Waves. I've got Waves, so I'm the engineer. I'm like, bro, come and watch me engineer. Come watch me mix and master, and you'll see plugins you ain't never seen in your life.
It's levels. It's a different level.
Yeah. Because I, like I said, I won't be bought into the hype. I understand how to look for my gems for what I want.
What you need to do.
Yeah. I don't want to just because everyone else is using it. I must use it.
Yeah, you don't need to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah. I find that takes away your individual sound, and I'm an individual sound. I'll have my own sound to me.
Definitely. And what's one advice for a artist, upcoming artist? Like, what would you say to them?
Artists, for me, I'm gonna tell a lot of artists this because I've seen it so much. Learn your craft. Learn to deliver your lyrics. Too many artists nowadays are computer artists. They want to sing it anyway, and they say you need to make it sound good. You make me sound good. It's like, what are we talking about? Like, I come from old school. You listen, you got one take. This is the song. Like, we're not stopping it. Like,
yeah. So it's
yardy dancehall, man, where they have to sing 3.5 minutes from top to bottom. Wow. No stopping. If you stop, you're out the studio. You're gonna run you out. Like, cut. You're not ready. Go run up the hill. That's what they used to say to the artists. They say,
lung capacity.
Go run up the hill. You need to go build up your lungs. You can't sing a song. Go. Don't come back till you can sing a song 3.5 minutes from top to the end.
So saying people punching in too much.
Yeah, everyone's punching in, everyone's throwing on 50-minute effects, and then it comes to live performance, and it's terrible. It's amazing. It's absolutely a mess.
Learn your craft.
Inside
the week, learn your craft.
Say learn your lyrics. Like, when you lay something down, I don't care if you punched in or whatever. Once you get that song, learn it. Learn it to the point where we can call you up on stage and you can give us
the show that
because
you don't need any backing track.
Yeah, you don't need. Too much man are just screaming over the backing track nowadays. Like, the whole song's in the background. I'm like, what's going on here? Where's the art form? You know what I mean? So that's the side of it where I'm like, I follow. That's why I said Bounty Killer and people like that, because they are performers. These men can command hundreds of thousands of people in a crowd and have them going crazy. Like, these are not artists that, you just say one line and that's it. They don't know the rest. They're out of breath, and a whole of their friends are shouting out all the lyrics.
Yeah, and they're like,
You know that one? These are man that listen. Their delivery is exceptional. You know what I mean? So it's like, I tell a lot of the young G's, I tell all new artists, study the greats, man. Study the greats. You're not missing them out. That's old. That's old.
Who's your greatest?
Saying study performers, people that are actual real performers, like, because you will see that they actually can catch their breaths at the right point. They can make the crowd go wild. Like, and we're going back as far as, look, Beanie Man. When Beanie Man used to first come out, Bounty Killer, Capleton, these artists are not just artists. Do you know what I mean? They are groundbreaking years of
hard work.
Of controlling the crowd. I just feel like we need that in the UK. We need crowd control. Like, and I'm not talking people not to come and be violent. I'm talking when an artist gets on stage, I want nothing but them delivering something that's magnetic. It's magnetic.
That captures the
audience. It captures. Yeah. We got some strong performers. Don't get me wrong. There are some, but we could do it more. More performers. You know what I mean? We haven't got much performers. We've just got a lot of songs going viral.
So what do you think about that? Like, all the songs going viral, or is it like, do you think it's a good thing, or do you think it kind of maybe waters it down a bit for
I think anything goes, man. We're not gonna shy away from it. But I just think when you do get the limelight, don't be afraid to get vocal coaching, writers, things that come on board to improve. Too many people want to be like, me, I did it. It's like, bro,
you end up being like just getting that one hit and then you don't capitalize.
You have to build on it. You have to say, right, I need to go and see some more experts, see more people with more experience, and work with more to grow. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you can grow beyond what you think you are now. You should look in a year's time and say, we grew.
You developed from there.
Developed so much, and it's who we was around, and they was helping to build the brand more.
Definitely. And what's next for Speakworld Entertainment? Like,
I never left, so I can't say what's next. Like, it's like saying you're gonna finish, but I'm not gonna finish. I'm forever here. You know what I mean? If you look online, you see I'm always active with somebody. I'm always creative, directing somebody's career or their music, or engineering somebody, you know, or mixing and mastering something. So I would say I'm one of them people who's just been there. Like, I'm always there. Do you know what I mean? If anything, I don't know how to put it. I don't like social media like every day. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm too busy actually. To be fair, I'm too busy to be on. The
legacy and the name you've built over the years,
I'm too busy to be online every day posting and all that stuff. But if you know, like Speaks is really and the establishment is really strong, very very strong. So anybody out there who thinks you want to really play with the real top level gear at a good price, I'm the person you have to go see. Man. You know what I mean? So.
Nice. I think that's the end of the show. So I think we covered a lot of gems there, covered a lot of topics. We got your story, got some technical insights, financial insights, mindset insights. Once again, if you guys want to work with Speakworld, tell them how they can work with you, man.
Just hit me up at Speakworld ENT on Twitter or at Speakworld on Instagram. Go from there.
Nice. All right, cool. So once again, if you guys got any questions, just leave it in the comment section. And then, I guess Speakworld will get back to you on it. You'll might get a reply if you have any further questions. Cause I'm sure you probably got loads after this, man. So, man, big up again for coming through.
Yeah, once again, man, no problem.
Yeah, man, and man. So, what else you gonna plan? What else you got planned for today?
I'm going back in the studio. I've got to mix and master a few songs, and then I'm going over to a few studios to help them put their things together. A couple people,
even on a Sunday, busy.
No, we keep going.
I love the work rate, man. I love the work rate. So man, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Creative Insight, big up JVH Studios, Ace Visuals, and we're out.
Peace.